Hey everybody, Scott here from the Jostens Service Station. Yep, time for our April fill-up. Coming up in a moment, we have a feature interview on Distribution Day and why this should be one of the biggest days of the entire school year. We'll hear from a Jostens advisor whose staff does just that, and the student body always looks forward to it. But first, let's start with some news. Of course, springtime, warmer temperatures. Hopefully that's bringing a little renewed energy to your yearbooking effort. Now, by this point, every Jostens high school advisor should have received your copy of the 2019 Jostens Lookbook. Now, I refer to this as the best of the best, and we're talking incredible work, cool covers, great page layouts, theme work, photography, lots more, all in the covers of this fantastic book. A lot of schools like to emulate something they saw in last year's lookbook for next year's work. So if that's you, why not crack your book open and start to do some planning? Now, perhaps you think you did some really great work and you should send it in for the 2020 Jostens Lookbook. Be sure to get the entry form either from Yearbook Avenue or from your Jostens representative. Fill it out. You're going to need a spare copy of your book. For spring books, send in your brand new 2019 book. For fall books, send in a copy of last year's book. Fill out the form, send it in, but note the deadline, June 21st. Why not get in the book next year? As the lottery folks like to say, you got to play to win. Find a spare copy, and we hope you send it in. Now, depending on where you are, you have 2 months or less until the end of the school year, but there is a lot to do during that time. If you're a fall yearbook school, of course, you are very busy right now through the end. But even for spring book schools, there are plenty of things to do. So here's some ideas. Perhaps your school, if you're a spring book, already does what's called a spring supplement. These are the activities being covered from since your book was finished until the end of the school year. Now, if somehow you're not familiar with that, make sure you contact your Jostens representative. Next, of course, if you can, let's see if we can choose next year's staffers, and hopefully you can be a little selective with that. If you're a school where just anybody can get on yearbook staff, I can bet a lot of those kids think, well, there's no work to do here, here's an easy grade, and of course, that is not the case. You want to make sure you get some really diligent, hard workers who have interests in photography, in writing, in design, or in storytelling. Find those kids, get them on your staff. After all, your yearbook staff is a lot like a sports team, and you want to make sure you get the best performers for your starting lineup. And if you can do that, then see if you can do some advanced planning for next year. And here's one idea. If you have a good sized staff, break them up into small groups. Each small group, their challenge is to come up with a new theme for next year, a cover look for next year, and coverage ideas for next year. Then later, each group does a presentation for the entire class, and whoever has the best idea and presentation, that's what you're going to do for next year's book. Give that a thought, do some advanced work, and keep your kids busy. Now, hopefully at your school, one of the biggest days of the entire school year is your yearbook distribution day, whether that be at the end of the school year, maybe sometime over the summer. And yet there are too many schools out there where it's pretty much, okay, here's your book, thank you very much. No hoopla, nothing. Your staff has worked hard all year long. That deserves a big distribution event. Recently, we talked to one Jostens advisor whose staff does just that, and it's a day the students look forward to every year.
Hi, my name's Maddie Halleck. I'm the yearbook advisor at Bradford High School in Bradford, PA. It's something that the students absolutely look forward to. Like Barker Day is talked about throughout the school year. So it's a very important tradition to the school. Secondly, it's an opportunity for the yearbook staff to be able to display the pride they have in this creation that they work so hard on, and it's an opportunity for them to get the credit for it too. And I think most importantly, money-wise, we sell the most, not the most books, but we sell 100 plus books on Barker Day because the kids see the book, they get to see the cover and see pictures, and then they get the opportunity right then and there to buy the book.
All right, I would like to thank everyone for joining us for the annual Barker Day show. This is an exciting time of the year for everyone, especially for the senior graduating class.
Because there's music we have to pick out and get burned onto a disc. Speeches have to be written. We have tryouts for the entertainment, so we have 4 different entertainment opportunities throughout the show.
It was just like a movie. It was just like a song when we were young.
Oh, I have so many performing artists that are just dying to get up there to show us what they have, and now I have to actually have them come and try out on a night after school, and I have the chorus teacher help me, evaluate and pick out who gets to perform on Barker Day. So for each section of the book, we have students do a speech and we have a slideshow. So basically every section that we have in the book gets a speech and a slideshow with music in the background as the slideshow goes. We actually have 3 screens, and we have the pictures kind of going not simultaneously on, but we make it so they're one at a time. They switch. And the way we have to, our tech guys are great. They help us set it all up. They get us carts with the projectors, and we just use PowerPoint to do it. I mean, it takes a lot of rehearsal. We have so many photos that don't end up in the book. So we really try to pick photos that are not in the book. Sometimes when we have a really good one that we liked that was in the book, we will use it. But we do try to include, we want the students to see pictures that they're not going to see in the book. Signing is that thing that the students really look forward to. And then I still look back at my yearbooks at what people wrote in my yearbook. So I think tradition mostly carries that on, and it's something that just excites them to do. Your staff spent 6 months plus creating this book. This is the moment for them to just really feel the pride in that work. I mean, compared to any other class, the yearbook is something you can hold in your hand. It's tangible, and hundreds of people are going to appreciate it and look back on it. You need to give your staff that opportunity to stand in front of their school, their student body, and say, I made this.
Many thanks to Maddie for sharing her school's experience. Your yearbook is memorable, so why shouldn't your distribution day be just as memorable? But that was only a small portion. To hear the entire 35-minute interview with Maddie with even more ideas and inspiration about their Barker Day celebration, check out our podcast at the address shown on the screen. And be sure to mark to follow our Yearbooking Report podcast so you never miss an episode. Finally, for any yearbook advisor out there, no matter who you work with, the best advisors workshop anywhere is coming up in mid-July in Orlando. It's the annual Jostens Advisor University from July 16 to 19. The best instructors and top advisors all attend this event, and you can too, from rookies to veterans. There's even a chance to earn graduate credit for yourself as you learn new things to make a great yearbook. Get more information at jostens.com/JAU, and notice there the early bird registration runs through May 15th. For those fall yearbook schools out there, let's make these next few weeks the busiest of the year. Remember the goal. This book should primarily be done by the last day of school. Come on, nobody wants to work on yearbook over summer vacation. So get those kids working and, of course, have a lot of fun doing it. Thanks again for watching.